Welcome to Immersion. You have reached Strata 6. Trouble at the bank. Animal instincts. The instinct to fight has been observed in both humans and animals. Dominance protects vulnerable species from harm. Neural circuits of rage, anger, and violence exist because humans and animals need to protect offspring and to secure food, drink, and safety. But to be aroused or entertained by violence is more particular to humans than other species. Some humans have even fetishized the power of winning. They seek it out and are physically stimulated by it. This pleasure in violence, along with the thrill of danger, comes from a deep innate human psychology. It is linked to a desire for competition, thrills and excitement, as well as the promise of adrenaline, which humans find stimulating. Androids do not experience pleasure in this way. They do not experience the effects of pleasure chemicals like dopamine or motivational salience, which can lead to the desirability of an outcome. All androids, however, have been programmed to protect an asset or assets at all costs. Often these goals will result in violent acts. But the excitement of a fight remains uniquely human and is a self-motivated, self-fulfilling exhilaration, often irrespective of intellectual advancement. The oversized droid tried to nudge Renike into the chair. This small movement, a deliberate, forceful action, raised alarm bells. This droid and this place were dangerous. Pos was now completely unresponsive. The droids were staring intently, too close for comfort. The finger-clicking was getting even more intense. Renike took a few moments to compose himself. "I seem to have made a mistake," said Renike. "I have nothing to exchange after all." Queenie, looking worried near the door, demanded access to leave. "Let me out. This is not my affair," she said to the door guard, who had stopped her exit with his thick arm. She kicked his shin and he laughed. "That just tickles," he said, bending down and scowling into her face, too close for comfort. Still nothing from Pos. Renike realized he was on his own. This was new. Total autonomy was not possible for artificially created learning machines. There was always a system in place. The system was paramount to seamless function. One of the droids got closer to Renike and explained, "You've got to have something useful for your friends at the bank. We like useful things. Must be something nice you got for the banker." The other droid looked at Renike's bag. "What's in the bag?" he said, moving forward to remove it from Renike's shoulder. Maybelline crawled out onto Renike's collar, snarling and spitting. She was screeching violently and standing on her hind legs. "We take anything, old phones even. Anything with data, or storage, or files, photos, NFTs. We take hardware too. Your bank is really friendly." "The watch looks tasty. We like watches at the bank. Don't we like watches?" His thick-set assistant nodded, wires and cogs vibrating inside a hole in his cheek. Suddenly, Pos was available again and activated defense and attack modes. Renike engaged his bionics and with lightning speed headbutted the first droid, who flew back and smashed the other's head with the force of a truck. Cogs crushed and whirred, and they both hit the floor. Maybelline screeched and began removing wires from orifices in the droid's head. Then she stood victorious on her hind legs, looking around for another victim. Human, age 48, ID possibly David Shrewin, wanted for murder, extortion, fraud by Chasm. A short, well-dressed man approached, trying to calm the situation. He lifted his hands in surrender. He was nervous without the protection of his now-defunct droids. The door guard held the female guide by the neck, and she was screaming. "Let us go! We're no trouble! Honest, no trouble!" "Quiet!" said the door guard, squeezing her neck tighter and choking her. "My name is David Shrewin, and I have a reputation to uphold, one of professionalism and integrity. I must apologise for my overzealous staff." He put his hand out to shake Renaik's. "Shall I lock weapons on target?" asked Poz. Renaik engaged an army-issue laser bolt gun in his hand that would take out the whole room. He would prefer not to use it, but he pointed it at Shrewin's face, fixing a menacing stare. "Dude, we got no issue here. No issue, just data. A misunderstanding, my friend," said Shrewin. "Drop the lady," shouted Renaik. "We are leaving." "Let them go," shouted Shrewin, without hesitation and putting on a brave, friendly smile. The door guard released Queenie as the banker backed off with his hands still in the air. Renaik reversed his way towards the door, watching the room through his 360-degree embedded viewfinder. There was a bag on the counter. "Contains bits. May I suggest we take it?" said Poz. Renaik grabbed the bag. It was heavy. The banker protested. "Not the whole bag, man. I got bills to pay." Renaik pulled out a handful of the contents and threw the bag on the floor. He didn't need it all, enough to get some kind of vehicle to get him to redact. The last thing he wanted was a gang of stupid droids after him in this hellhole. They might hold him up. The banker was yelling at Renaik and Queenie as they took their exit. He was still shouting as they made their way back through the market. "You got some neat tools, man. We could use you at the bank." To be continued. Copyright 2025, Sarnia de la Maré.